If you're throwing a Halloween party, this video's packed full of amazing ideas you're gonna want to see. And first up, we're starting with decorating. So you want to make sure your guests know they're in the right place when they arrive. So we're going to use this. It's actually a projector light which we can install outside in our garden, and when I turn it on later, it's going to shine spooky images all over the house to give us that creepy haunted house look. And to give them a scare as they're walking up to the house, we're going to use this. It's this scary zombie face, which has got some really good detail. These sunken in teeth, with a blacked out mouth and tongue, aged, wrinkly and discoloured skin, and these whited out eyes. It's got hair, and it's attached to this bit of fabric with some hands too. You could use this indoors as part of a Halloween display, but I'm putting mine in the hedge to spook my friends as they walk to the house. And they're in for a surprise for sure. Spread out the arms and angle the head as you like it, so it looks like he's dragging himself up from out of the ground. You can actually use a cardboard tube from a roll of kitchen paper to make another really cool outside decoration. Just draw on some spooky eyes and cut them out, then poke a glow stick inside. Tape over the ends to stop any light escaping out of the sides, and place it outside in the hedge. As it gets darker, it looks like there's something watching you. That should spook our guests. But next we need to decorate inside, and we're going to start with some basics. Spider's webs. Now this stuff is amazing. It's really stretchy material, which you can just keep pulling and pulling apart. And as you stretch it thinner, it really does start looking like a spider's web. That's so cool. Just stretch it over your furniture or somewhere, and start making your Halloween setting. But these huge spiders are really creepy, and you can make them yourself with a pack of pipe cleaners and a furry black pom-pom. Bunch up 4 of the pipe cleaners next to each other, then use another one wrapped around the middle to hold them all together. Leave the ends poking out the front, then attach the large pom-pom using another pipe cleaner. You can trim the hair a little bit with some scissors. And there's our massive, creepy spider. And if you want to, you can also use an orange pipe cleaner to make some stripes, and even add some markings with a pen. They make fantastic decorations, or you could use it to play a prank on someone. But if you want to make some really cool Halloween glowing spider slime, I made this using Elmer's green glitter glue, which I emptied out into a bowl, add a little water and mix it, and a small amount of liquid starch. Mix it together and it turns into this amazing stretchy green slime. This stuff's wicked. You can use it as part of your Halloween decoration, maybe over a pumpkin, or fill up a jar and light it up with a glow stick. Perfect for a Halloween prop somewhere on a shelf. Spooky green spider slime. Now this stuff's really cool. It's a roll of caution tape, but it's in this creepy kind of slimy writing. I'm using it to tape up this doorway, and there's a surprise behind here for our guests to discover, which you'll be seeing later. The next thing you might want to consider are window stickers. When you buy a pack, they generally come with loads of different designs. They just stick straight to the inside of your window, and there's loads here to choose from. But what's great about these is they're really easy to peel back off afterwards, so you can use them again next year. Now, this is a funny little gadget. It's actually a light for your toilet. It's got a built-in darkness sensor and a motion sensor, and we can set it to cycle through different colours or stay on a single colour. To use it, we just hook it over the rim of a toilet like this, and when your guests go to the restroom later, they'll find this slightly spooky illuminated toilet. But check this out, this is one of my favourite Halloween decorations. It's this skeleton that's locked up in a cage. It takes 3 AA batteries to power it. You need to unfold the legs out like this, then switch it on, and watch what happens. He says some hilarious things. And the way he pulls the bars apart with his hands and tries to poke his head through is absolutely brilliant. But what's really cool is it only wakes up when there's motion in front of it. And it moves so quickly. So I'm going to hang it on this picture hook to see if I can spook any of my guests later. Now these mini LED pumpkins are really cute, and this is actually 3 meters long. And the pumpkins, well, they look really cool. The whole thing's powered by 3 AA batteries, so it's easy to move around and use where you like. You can set them to flashing or just on, and they make a great addition to your Halloween decorations. But did you know you can actually get glow-in-the-dark hot glue sticks? And what's really cool is you can use them to make your own decorations. Check this out. I printed off an image of a skeleton, placed a sheet of baking paper on top, then used my glow gun to trace the image. I embedded a piece of ribbon in the skull to hang it up from later, and after it had cooled down for 10 minutes, I used a black marker to draw on the face. Dim down the lights, and you can see it glowing. Pretty cool, huh? What a great Halloween decoration. And you can get creative and make all sorts of things the same way. I made my own glow-in-the-dark spider's web, then swapped over to using a black glue stick to make a spider too. It's another fun Halloween craft and a great decoration. And if you like things that glow in the dark, have you seen these LED gloves? These are really cool. If you peel back the wrist, you can see there's a thin concealed electronic box with an on and off button and the battery holder. Just put them on. They're a nice stretchy material, so they should cater for most hand sizes. Then turn them on and the back of your hands light up. And I'll be using these later in the dark to surprise my guests when they arrive. But one thing we haven't really looked at yet is pumpkins. Now I've made loads of videos about pumpkin carving with some really cool designs, and I've got tutorials for how to make all of these on my channel. And I'll put a link at the end of my video, but if you prefer not to carve your own pumpkin, you could buy these. It's a whole pack of artificial pumpkins, and they look really cool, really realistic. There's a good variety of sizes, and they've got some lovely designs and features. You could just assemble them for a Halloween display. Get creative with them, or you could use black pieces of tape to decorate them, maybe as a party game activity. And we're going to be getting onto more party games later, but next we need to look at food. So for the first one, I'm going to make a sort of centerpiece for the table. And after hollowing out a pumpkin, I drew on a design with a nice big mouth and carved it out. I also used some red food colouring to darken up the eyes and eyebrows. Next, place a plate in front of it and add a line of guacamole to make it look like he's thrown up. Add a jar of salsa and fill the rest with tortilla chips. And there we have our amazing nacho snack bar, and I even put a tub of sour cream in the top, held in with cocktail sticks. Now pizza always goes down well at parties, but how about serving it with one of these? It's a pizza cutting axe. The sharp bit at the top here is actually a cutting wheel, so you can leave this next to the pizzas once you've cooked them, and your guests can use the axe to cut the pizza up into slices. If you want to make a nice big pot of chili for your party, there's some really cool kitchen gadgets you can use to help, which you can leave lying around the house for your guests to see after. This Dracula gadget is actually a garlic crusher. It's got this really cool little face, and of course the little fangs. Underneath are these cutting and grinding blades, and to use it you just place a piece of garlic inside, then push down the head and twist it. And after just a few seconds, we've got this mashed up garlic. Perfect for adding to your chili. And this gadget, Agatha the Witch, is brilliant. It just clips on a wooden spoon like this, like she's riding a broomstick. It's a nice snug fit, and once you've finished mixing your food, it can clip over the rim of your pan too, to hold your spoon and stop it falling in. Or how about this red splash spoon rest? Again, it's made out of silicone, and it kind of looks like a splat of Halloween blood, and it makes a great place to rest your utensils. And talking of utensils, this 5-piece bamboo set is really cool. It's got these burnt on pictures from Nightmare Before Christmas. Perfect for Halloween cooking, or maybe to use as decorations. Next up, I'm making some biscuits. I made a load of shortbread dough, then roll a little out into a finger shape and use your thumb to make a couple of impressions like this. We're actually making witch's finger biscuits, and those are going to be the knuckles. Use a knife blade to give your knuckles some wrinkles, and mould an almond into the end of your finger to form a nail. We then need to remove the nail, put in a small amount of strawberry jam, and put the nail back on to make it look like dirty fingernails. Place it onto a baking tray, and once you've made a load, bake them in the oven. Then leave them to cool, and these are going to be perfect for our guests later. And you can actually get some really cool Halloween-shaped cookie cutters. These are really fun. Just roll out your cookie dough, and we can make all sorts of fun shapes, like this pumpkin, a cat, a spider, and this bat. I pre-made a load of them, so we can decorate these at the party. But you can also get these really cool silicone Halloween molds. This one's all about pumpkins, and this one's got some other designs too. And you can use these in all sorts of ways, like filling them up with melted chocolate and hand them out to the party. But I'm actually using fondant icing because it's nice and colourful, and I'll use some other colours afterwards to customise the designs. You could use these molds to make Halloween ice cubes, maybe use them with Play-Doh, but they are even oven safe, so you could use them to make little cakes. And once my icing had taken its shape, I popped them back out of the molds and added some extra detail. Stars on the hat, eyes and a mouth for the ghost, and various other bits. Don't they look great? And you could use them on a Halloween cake. Now this pumpkin-shaped mug is amazing. It's such a beautiful shape and colour, and it even comes with this lid. Perfect for a hot drink, or even a nice hearty soup. The lid can keep it nice and hot, and I served it with one of these. It's a gardener's spade spoon. I actually bought a whole set of stainless steel novelty cutlery. It includes this really cool little pitchfork, which could be great for eating a nice Halloween dessert or something. Here's the gardener's spade teaspoon, maybe for digging graves, and you also get a shovel. Next I want to show you this really cool witch's cauldron. How sweet is that? It's got these little stubby legs on the bottom and the handles on the side. I'm filling this up with pumpkin and butternut squash soup. Then you can place the lid back on top to keep it hot, and it even comes with this broomstick spoon which slides down the side. This is really cool for Halloween, and I guess you could put all sorts of things inside. It's actually part of a set. You can buy this matching mug, which is also cauldron shape, and a teapot too. It's a shame it's not a little bit bigger, but it's perfect for a cup of tea on Halloween, or even hot chocolate. Now this mug is really big, but if we used a couple of smaller ones, it would probably hold enough for 2 cups. And if you're serving any cake at Halloween, these shovels are great. Perfect for tucking in, and also for stirring your marshmallows. Now, this corkscrew bottle opener is really cool. It's actually a bat. And I love how this bit that you twist at the top comes with bat ears. It's the perfect Halloween gadget if you're opening something with a cork, or you can use the head to open bottle caps. Or how about using this? It's a metal skull bottle opener. That's really cool, and it's really solid. It comes with screws, so you need to fix it to the wool, and it'll be perfect for our guests later. Now, have you ever tried pancake art? What's really cool is you do it in different stages, and the longer you leave different parts of your pancake cooking, the darker they become, so you can control the shading. To do it, you need to make your pancake mix, but make sure it's nice and smooth, you don't want any lumps. Then pour it into a sauce bottle, and you're ready to start making whatever Halloween shapes you like. The first one I'm doing is a spider. I began with eyes and a mouth, then drew a circle around for the body, and legs, a string for it to hang from. Then after leaving it to cook for a minute, I filled it all in. Let it cook through, and flip it over, and that's really cool. And you can do all sorts of spooky Halloween designs like this. They'd make a perfect dessert for your guests. Or you could make a game of it by having some cards which they need to turn over to reveal something which they then need to try and make. It's great fun to try, but it's not quite as easy as you might think. It definitely takes some practice. And now we've got the food ready, we need to prepare some games. This spider splat is really cool. It's this large spider's web target board. You need to fix it to the wall. I used some adhesive putty. And check out this spider which we need to throw. It's so sticky and stretchy and it looks really good. Although it does feel a bit gross. My guests are gonna love playing this later. I also picked up this. It's a stick the nose on the witch game. It comes with this slightly creepy eye mask for your guests to wear, and these witch's nose stickers. Again, you need to stick the poster up on the wall. We've got 12 of these sticky noses to use, and you can write on the name of your guests before they arrive. Now, these are really cool. They're actually bouncy ball eyeballs. They're a really cool design. They come in all sorts of different colours, and we can drop them on the floor to give them a bounce. They're going to be great fun at the Halloween party. You can hide them around the house to see who can find the most. Or how about using them for a game of Halloween egg and spoon race? Or eyeball and spoon race? Careful, it's watching you. But what's really cool about these balls is they're actually glow in the dark. So if you shine a bright torch onto them, then dim the lights, they really do glow. So you could even do your eyeball and spoon race in the dark. Or charge up the whole bag full and give them all a good bounce around. How cool is that? If you want to do an amazing Halloween makeup illusion, maybe on yourself or with your guests, check this out. I started by drawing a black circle onto my hand, then used some red around the one side to give it some depth, and blended it in, and splattered some more around the side to make some grazing. And I'm actually doing a hole in my hand illusion. I kept smudging it a little bit, adding some different colours and shading, and then I did a similar thing to 2 of my fingers. When I finished, my hand looked like this. But watch what it looks like when I dim the lights and put my hand in front of a black background. That looks horrific. But it is just an illusion. And what's really weird is you can even make it look like your finger is going through the hole, or even a pencil. But how about this? Halloween bingo is a great idea for a party game. The first thing I had to do was tear up these image cards. There's perforated lines, so they rip nice and easily. And there's some really cool stuff, like a witch's hat, a skeleton, a spellbook, a broomstick, and a scarecrow. And once you've separated them all, we place them upside down in front of the bingo caller. And separate the bingo cards too. These have all got 9 images on, and they're double-sided. You'll need to deal one out to each of your players, and you could use a pen or pencil to mark the card, but I'm going to use this poster adhesive so we don't leave a permanent mark on the card, so we can use them again and again. The bingo caller just turns over a card and calls out the image, and if you've got it on your card, just give it a mark. First person to mark all 9 items wins. Bingo! Now, these Halloween wind-up toys are really fun. We've got a whole load of really cool characters. Pumpkin Man, teeth with fangs. There's various other ghouls and ghosts and eyeballs and skeletons. Dracula, pumpkins, a witch, and Frankenstein. Some of them just walk, some of them hop and open their mouth, but this ghost zooms across this table, then randomly spins around in circles. And we're going to be using these for some Halloween games at the party. And with the games now ready, we've just got to wait for our guests. As they approach the house, they'll see your zombie and the spooky eyes watching them from the hedge. Don't forget to switch on your projector, so we've got ghouls and ghosts flying all around your haunted house. You could be there to welcome them, dancing in your really cool LED gloves, and you could even have a flaming pumpkin outside somewhere. They're going to love some of the decorations you've put up, and if anyone walks past your skeleton, it's going to give them an almighty jump. And when they come across the taped-off door, if anyone's brave enough to enter, they'll discover my pumpkin spewing into the toilet. If they're hungry, they can help themselves to some food from the Nacho snack bar, or they can try chopping up some pizza with the axe. They'll really enjoy tucking into your creepy witch's finger biscuits, and even decorating the cookies we made. They're really fun to do, and tasty. They can use your skull bottle opener to open up their drinks, and they can even have a go at your pancake art challenge. They're gonna love playing the Spider Splat game, 3 turns each and see how much you score. Then onto the Witch's Nose game. Place the eye mask on so they can't see, spin them around a couple of times, peel off a sticker for them, and direct them towards the poster. Watch where they put the nose, take it in turns, and see who gets the closest. The eyeball and spoon race is great fun. And so are the wind-up toys. First across the line wins, or first one to escape the circle. And if you want to carve some amazing pumpkins for Halloween, you can take a look at my video here. Have fun, stay safe, and
Happy Halloween, everyone.